Good morning.
Morning, how are you doing?
Good, and yourself?
Good.
Good.
Let me see if we have the other part. One second.
Yes, sir.
Juanita, can you contact Mr. Sanchez and see if he's logging on or is he logged on?
Yes, and I just received an email from him, so he should be signing on.
See anybody, but let me check again. Yeah, nobody's yet. Wait, yeah, nobody's yet.
He's logging on, Judge.
Yes, he just dinged. Morning. You can unmute Mr. Sanchez. You're muted, Mr. Sanchez. There we go.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you. Okay, Mr. Sanchez, this is your motion. Go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. I filed a motion for the court to set aside this judgment, basically on the grounds that my client, Ms. Leon, at the time of the eviction hearing on January the 28th, 2021, she was at the hospital attending to her son, who was very ill. And as a result of that, she was not able to attend the hearing. And so that's why she missed the hearing. I think that's grounds for good cause. And I believe that, that the court can dismiss on those, can set aside the judgment. Now, the child, her son went to Providence Memorial Children's Hospital, and he was admitted on or about, I believe, January the 25th. And he just recently got released from the hospital on February the 9th, if I'm not mistaken. And we can check with my client right now on that issue. And so that is the grounds for the motion to set aside the default judgment, and you can set it aside based on good cause. And I believe that is good cause in this case. Plus, I think I think Ms. Leon has some defenses available to her. Should the court allow the case, should the court grant the judgment to set aside and give us another hearing, I think that Ms. Leon has some good grounds for defenses on that case.
Okay.
I think also I think the court also, under the 33rd order of the Texas Supreme Court, is allowed to modify rules and change rules. And in the alternative, of course, I would also ask the court to, if the court decides not to grant the motion, to at least allow us to file an appeal to the county court if the court decides that it's not going to grant the motion to set aside. And I
Okay,
filed an amended pleading and I sent it to Ms. Carrillo on Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
okay. Ms. Carrillo, your response?
I still want to stand by the judgment that you gave me on the 28th of January. I understand that she had had circumstances previous to that date with her son, but I had already explained to her, I had even gone so far as to tell her, if you can't log in through a device of your own, then come here to my office and I will allow you to, sit with me so that we can speak to the judge. And if you need to talk to the judge or say anything to him, then you'll have the chance to do so. Not only that, but ever since the day that you gave the judgment for her eviction, things have still been going on. I just recently gave her on the 11th another lease violation for a fight that broke out between her, a gentleman, and another lady that I have no idea who she was. They were screaming and
Judge, I'm
yelling.
going to object to that.
Go ahead.
I'm going to object to that testimony.
Yeah, Mrs.
Not retrying the case here.
You're not being, we're here on a motion to set aside the judgment, not on to hear the merits of the case or causes for eviction at this point in time. So just stick to your objection to the motion to set aside the default judgment.
Definitely. Okay. So yes, I want to stick to it just because she had her opportunity. I gave her one as well. I understand there was circumstances. We all come across circumstances, but I want to see if the court will stick to the judgment that I received that day.
Judge, I would like to tell the court that the reason she was in the hospital again is because her son was ill. He's a diabetic, and he's under the care of Dr. Roberto Canales, and his diabetes was out of control. And as I understand it, his pancreas is not producing insulin, and that is the reason he was in the hospital for such a long time. Now, Mrs. Leon travels around by bus. She has to use public transportation if she can't get rides. As a matter of fact, she called me this morning. She was going to try to get into the Zoom. I think she's probably having problems. She said she had to borrow a nephew's phone to try to get into the Zoom. I spoke to her this morning. I gave her the numbers and everything, and I would imagine she's not able to get in. Otherwise, she would have been here. And because I spoke to her this morning about that, and I wish she could be here to provide her testimony, and that's that's basically why she couldn't go to Miss Carrillo's office. I mean, she just can't get up and go in a car somewhere and come back in a few minutes. She has to travel by bus and things of that nature, unless I guess if she gets a ride, but and I don't know how that is too. She's also, she's got 3 kids, Judge. She's got 3 kids and she's currently pregnant. And so, I think all those things contribute to her ability to get to and from places. And she was in the hospital during this time, and her son was seriously ill, and he was in there for quite some time. He just got out last week.
Okay, Ms. Carrillo, any response to any further response?
I mean, I go back to the same thing, Judge. I had previously spoken to her about it. I was willing to help her in any way that I could so that she would be able to be on the court date. Yes, I was aware that her son was in the hospital. He had been in there for some time, actually, I believe since she was let out of prison, because that's kind of why his insulin went skyrocket. That's what she told me, at least. Again, I mean, I understand circumstances come up. They all do for all of us, but this was something incredibly important that she needed to attend to, or at least attempt to attend to. Yes, she does travel by bus, but she was able to come to my office even through the bus when she was trying to appeal the decision that we give them when we give out the 30-day notice to terminate their contract to leave. So she was able to do it then for that. I understand he was sick, but there's also, when there's a will, there's a way. And this was incredibly important. At least that's what she had expressed to me, that the housing was incredibly important for her. So I think that the same way that she made the attempt and was able to come in for that appeal, or tried to attempt to make that appeal, then she needed to have come into for the court date, at least here with me. So again, I stand by my decision. I wish that the court will stand by theirs as well.
Okay, I'm gonna grant the motion to set aside. Ms. Cadillo, is your office on site or no? You're
Yes,
okay, you're on the side of the premises?
yes.
Okay, I'm gonna grant the motion to set aside. Mr. Sanchez, did you submit an order or can you submit it?
I believe I did with the,
I saw.
I thought I had submitted an order with the amended.
Oh,
Did I not,
admitted.
Ms. Molina?
Let me check.
No, there's no order attached. Let me see.
You can just email one in.
Okay, I will do that.
While we're here, can we, Mr. Sanchez, I'm gonna require that Ms. Stone be present. So I want to get a date that she's gonna be able to, maybe she can, I don't know if has the ability to go into your office. I don't know if you all have a remote area there that they can participate by or.
Yeah, I have to, because of the, of course, because of the pandemic, our offices are closed. I do have to get special permission from the executive director of our office because we've already had some issues with people getting infected at our office. And so I'll have to get special permission to see if we can do it that way. I don't know that I will get it approved, but I can ask for that, Judge.
What other ways can we ensure that she's available?
I don't know, Judge. I can try to get the permission. I will submit permission or request to do it, as you suggested. Maybe she can be in one of our offices in one of our rooms, and I can be in another room and see if they will approve it. And I can get back to the court and let the judge know, depending on,
If you could,
how far out, because
if you could check with her as to a date that is going to work. Juanita, maybe we can give some suggested dates to both parties right now and see if those work.
We can do February 23rd at 8:45. Or let's see. Or the 25th at 10:15.
I'm okay with any date that you all are fine with.
did you say February 26th?
No, 25th.
25th.
Oh,
25.
25. Okay.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And that would be at 10:15.
10:15. Okay. 10:15.
You want a third date?
Yeah, that'd be great, Judge, if you could give us a third date just in case, because it's going to take, the bureaucratic mess in our office. It's going to take a little while to get people to look at my request and get it approved, and then for them to send it back. It's got to go through our HR department.
March 2nd at 11:45.
I believe I have a hearing already on March 2nd in family court on temporary orders. Let me check my calendar, Judge.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, I have a 2-hour hearing from 9 to 11 on the 2nd of March.
What time did you have, Juanita?
What time? I'm sorry, did you say? On the
You said
2nd?
9.
From 9 to 11 on March 2nd, I have a family law.
Okay, well, we'd be able to schedule this one at 11:45 on the 2nd.
Would that work?
If that's.
Oh, okay.
11:45?
Yeah, I can try to make it work, Judge.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you all. And then we'll hear from Mr. Sanchez as far as the date, and then Mrs. Carrillo will give you the date and the log on and password and so forth.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you all.
Thank you,
Thank
Honor.
you.
Thank you.